Good afternoon, and welcome to another Super Secret Project sketch. This is Eric Whalen from Super Secret Project X, and I have been stuck in my house for a week. It's not too bad, but it'll drive you a little strange. Oh, so today I'm gonna get me some bean here. Ooh, some hot liquid bean. Okay. Today, I'm gonna do some Miss Piggy. Now, I feel as if she should be raging, furious, because Miss Piggy is really two things: elegant and jealous, it being one, and the other one is jealous and violent. And I think the violent part is funny. So I went and I looked up some quick Miss Piggy stuff, and I realized she's not a cartoon, but she's a Muppet, so that's close enough. And the first thing I ran across that really stopped me is this one, and this is like the sexiest Miss Piggy image the sexiest one that I can show on a live stream. Some people out there got a thing for the piggy. Hey, each to their own. I don't judge. I actually thought a couple was funny. I just actually stopped on this one because I legitimately went, wow, that's actually kind of sexy. All right, so we're going to go with this one, which I think is much funnier, which is the William Shatner Kirk Fu Kung Fu outfit one. I don't think he wears the high heels, but that's kind of Kirk Fu-ish, so I'm going to use that one as a basis. However, I just kind of need to get a general idea. I'm not even sure how this one's going to turn out, to be honest with you. I don't know. Let's just see where it goes. I want to see rage in those little piggy eyes. Rage. All right. I'm sorry, sweetie, what?
Is the beauty of art.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's the ugliness of art too, so. Alright, so we're gonna put that duder right there. There's that duder. Alright. Okay, just getting some general shapes in my head. I don't even want that angle. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cranium. This is where the rage is centered in the pig cranium. Let me see here. I think I need her looking comparatively up so she can look down at us in rage. All right. The reason why I wanted to pull the Muppet up is, to be completely honest, if a character doesn't look like a character, I mean, you can change some things, but it doesn't look like a character, or the character you're doing, then it's not going to be readable. So I at least tried to get it close. Alright, so that's what I always thought was funny when I was a kid. She was one of my favorite characters as a kid, and I don't really think about it too much, but when I do think about it, I remember I always thought it was hilarious when she lost her stuff. But I think what really gets me now that I'm looking back on it, it's really female on male, like, relationship violence. She's got some serious problems. Like, and the older I got, the more I kept going, like, why does Kermit stick around? I don't even begin to understand why. Like, you get that stuff in the movies where when I was a kid, Grandma took us to go see the Muppets Take Manhattan, if I remember correctly. and there's that whole bit in the park and yada yada. And you're like, oh, they're in love, yada yada. But then she's just like this violent psychopath, and she's horrifyingly violent. And so what I'm going to try to do is she's got this thing where this would be like right there. The puppeteer did that, and it made her snout get stuffed into her mouth, which was just. It doesn't happen with pigs. I don't care that it doesn't happen with pigs. It happens with Miss Piggy. So I want to get that. We'll see if I can get that snout just stuffed.
The part that cracked me up, like it freaked me out the first time I saw it, but afterwards I would laugh, is when her eyes would get big. Because her eyes were always half closed. The pseudo bedroom eyes, but then occasionally when she would go spastic, her eyes would actually open all the way.
You could see the rage bacon boiling. Yeah.
Smell like the bacon's cooking.
The rage bacon. Sizzling. It says, I was going to say boiling. I'm like, wait, boiling wasn't right. Boiling's not right. Rage bacon does not boil, it sizzles. I think I need her. Let me see, I think I need her looking, yeah, like right at us. Looking right at us.
Hello to the two people that are watching along. Hello.
We have people?
Two people at least watching.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I can't tell the Streamlabs OBS is not so great at telling me when people are actually watching or not. So.
That's fine. Oh, 3 people now.
Three.
That's
Nice.
fine.
All right, for those of you who are joining at home right now, I'm currently trying to bring out the inner rage of Miss Piggy because we all know it's there. This is a dangerous person, and I always, even as a child, thought that was really funny. So I'm going to see if I can go in and do a bit of a little cartoon character here. See if I can kind of capture that wonderful insanity that is sizzling inside of Miss Piggy. And I'm trying to get like this whole that snout sucking thing that she does. I always thought that was really funny as a kid. It's obviously the puppet guy was going like, like that. But what it ended up doing is she just ended up sucking the snout into her mouth.
He did it for Kermit also. And then he would do that, almost like the disappointed mouth crinkle, the sucking.
I think that was everybody, but since they built the puppets differently, it was a different expression. Because, let's face it, you do this, you do this, you do this, and this? I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can do there.
Oh, with them, they are masters of their
Of course they are.
craft. They learn how to manipulate the heck out of that foam or whatever.
Well, it had a name. It had a specific name. I'm trying to remember. They actually kept it a secret for a long time because it was a certain blend of like foam rubbers and materials and stuff that they used to just get that real specific. All right, I need a brow furrow here. That's not angry enough, so I need to curl Yeah, I think this is going to be the wide open one, and this one is going to be the slightly shut in. You see, it's Miss Piggy, so it would be jealous rage. Shut that guy down. There we go. Get a little bit of the under eyelid. Really get some judgment in that. Got to get some judgment in that lower eyelid. It's got a. I mean, you could just your pencil goes right across, and you can spell the word judgment out, which I'm not going to do because right now my brain ain't wording good.
Where we are located, we are now under a mandatory lockdown. We cannot go out.
What are we talking about?
No, I'm saying you're saying your brain doesn't do anything.
Oh, it's about suddenly you went into stuff. I was going like,
yeah,
what?
Exactly. Your brain's going. I was saying, well, we've been inside for all the time.
Yeah,
now we're going to be inside
true.
for more because we are where we are. We are on a mandatory lockdown unless there's an emergency or we go out for groceries or bank or emergency stuff. So
I think there's an asterisk, which is why our mayor is so awesome. There's an asterisk in that. It's at the bottom. You go through all the pandemic stuff, and there's little asterisks. But if you need pizza, we're cool with that. So we can also make pizza runs. This is actually really funny. I can't remember which Facebook group it was, but they were talking about how has the whole situation changed your life and blah blah blah. This is gonna sound awful. It's made my life easier. I'm not meaning to insult anybody or but in my particular case, I'm working from home right now, so the only reason why I'm wearing pants is because I can, because it's like I should right now. But I tell you what, it's just been like PJ party time most of the week.
all of the memes that are popping up saying like all the people who are just like, I don't know what to do, I'm so bored, yada yada. And it's like meanwhile artists.
I'm a dork. I stay home and
like
I'm just like, that's what I do for fun.
Yeah, artists, gamers, and all that. They're just like, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
That, I think she needs more forehead, to be honest.
Yeah, and I also laughed at somebody said, all right, folks, just letting you know this is the proper time to change out of your daytime pajamas now into your nighttime pajamas.
I'm changing out of my breakfast pajamas and getting into my lunch pajamas.
Yeah, it worked for Mr. Rogers when he would take off his sweater and put on his indoor sweater. It works. It's good for Mr. Rogers. It's good for me, dang it.
It's true. That is true. But the funny thing is, and I skipped my step that I should have been paying attention to, but I am a little off my game today.
Mm-hmm.
I should have drawn her right about here. Mm-hmm. But okay, I'm going to pretend like I did that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. So let's just say she's up here, so therefore higher in the layout. She's higher up, so she's looking down. So I'm gonna try to play off that a little bit. So I'm gonna lower this a little bit, so she's looking a little further down, so I can pretend like I'm down here beneath her. So she's about to pork chop me right in the head. By the way, I'll do a quick suggestion for anybody into ridiculous heavy metal, because it's a weakness of mine. The band Lordy did a song called, I believe it's called I Wanna Be Beast Man. I think I got the name right. But it's about He-Man. and about how they want to be Beastman in the '80s He-Man cartoon, and if that just is not a thing of beauty, I don't know what is. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is I like me some cartoons, so I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny because a Scandinavian, Norwegian, European, I can't remember which one, a heavy metal band did a He-Man heavy metal song. But then they did a bunch of other ones that are really ridiculous. One of my favorites, and I'm tying this into Miss Piggy, is Girls Gone Chopping for Revenge. And it's a song about all the girls that got, made fun of and shafted and stuff in high school, and it's like their 80s slasher movie where a bunch of girls grab axes and go chopping for revenge. One of the lines in it is they're talking about the girls are acting like Miss Piggy going after Kermit. And it's in a heavy metal song, and I am just dying. I am so dying as I am listening to this. The first time I heard it, I literally was just, you're kind of at work, you're doing your the 9 to 5 thing, you're concentrating on your work. I'm lucky enough to have work where I don't use words most of the time because I do illustration at work, and so I can listen to music. And the first time I went through the song, I went, "Wait, what?" And I actually had to stop and, wow, we don't even rewind anymore. Rewind is the wrong word.
Go back.
Go back.
Wow. Well, rewind is
It's still technically, but it's not. There's not a cassette involved.
You're still rewinding this.
It still technically falls under the same word.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I get that. It just occurred to me that isn't really a great word to use.
Still technical. We have. Excuse me.
Wow, you got a thing happening there.
Sorry, guys. I've been laying most of the time.
Well,
When I move
you haven't
my
been feeling too hot.
Yeah.
So.
But as the generation that a lot of that stuff came into, or I should say was used more profoundly, we have the right to use that. That's the reason why we can still say,
Bogus.
well, yeah, that too.
No. Yes. Yes.
Sure, I
Yes.
still use it.
I say I can still use it.
Well, things like we still say like pick up the phone or.
Well, there was one which was interesting. What was it on? I know a lot of computer geeks. And one of them was like, yeah, there was this one kid. He was trying to. He was like, yeah, he's on a Windows machine, not a Mac, and he goes like, yeah, there's the save image, the little save icon, and he's like, where the hell did that thing come from? What is that? Meanwhile, the old guy is going like, well, it's a floppy disk. Meanwhile, the old guy never realized that the kid he's talking to has never even seen a floppy disk. It's not like a record where it's like an iconic oldie thing that people are still really impressed with, It's like, no, it's just an out-of-date piece of technology that Windows is still using as a save icon, and there's a whole generation going like, fuck is that?
Which is funny because it's like it's so normal.
Well, to us.
Yeah, exactly. What would you change it to?
Well, honestly, to me, I would just use like what Mac does. The word save. It's. I actually like icons and all that, but the problem is now that I'm working on both Windows and Mac machines, everybody on Windows machines has their own icons for different things and programs, and you just get to a point where you're like, the heck does that mean? And so, of course, a kid who's never seen a floppy disk before is going to look at a floppy disk and go like, the heck is that? It's just a symbol. Okay, so I think, let me see here. Yes, twisting the snout up. So I feel as if, I think I need to bring this nostril up more because she's clearly sniffing out of the left nostril, which, and most people don't know this on a pig, is the rage nostril. That's a fact. That's a true fact. Yes, yes it is. It'll be on the test later.
Kids, you show originals. Oh, we lost our viewers.
Hmm?
Oh, we lost our viewers.
Oh, did we? That's fine. People can do as they wish.
Yep.
Perhaps did not find my sense of humor funny.
No, that's not it. I think a lot of people are just, hey, tuned in for a bit, hey, how's it going? And then they'll watch it later. I like the rage.
The Rage. It's sad they left. I happen to really like that little bit of BS about the left nostril being the Rage nostril. So, yeah, I just always thought that was kind of funny, the whole hyper-violent Miss Piggy. I'm actually kind of, on one hand, I'm glad I'm seeing changes in entertainment, because I'm seeing stuff where I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that before. That's nice. Blah blah blah. That's very interesting. Oh, it's good. That's blah, blah. But on the same note, I'm also seeing stuff where I'm like, we can't do this stuff anymore. I'm going like, I don't know. I think a pig beating up a frog is. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most sensitive thing ever, but it's funny. Especially when she's like a total jealous rageaholic. I mean,
I just felt bad for Kermit when she would do that. It's like they're on again, off again. I never really understood because it's like the whole joke of a pig and a frog being together, blah blah. And my question was, why in the world was she so attracted to Kermit in the first place? And literally, I'm just like,
Money.
why? It's most
I'm just saying she doesn't seem like that deep of a person.
And like, and my other question was, why was he so attracted to her in the first place? 'Cause it seemed like she was exerting more energy than he was, and he was really just kind of wishy-washy about it. But then it was a whole thing of just like him realizing he truly did like her or love her or whatever, and I was just still just like, why? she
What is
yells,
wrong with you
yeah,
people?
it's like she yells at him and gets mad and hits him and hits other people and she was the embodiment of things that I didn't like as a child when it came to people. She was vain and really annoying in the sense of everyone catered to me and never really cared much for
Yeah,
her. So
yeah, she's a horrific individual. Yeah,
but
which is why she's funny.
and which I, from what I understand on the modern Muppet Show that they brought back, they did change her character a bit, but they made her a bit more funny in that aspect. I actually heard that was pretty good. Never watched it, but
Well, you know, as long as she's like jealous and full of rage, we should still be good, right?
I didn't know. I don't know that, but I know they treated the remake of the show more as a sitcom than anything. And I heard it was actually they had some pretty fun stuff about it. But one day, if it gets up to it, I'll probably check it out again. But
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
yeah, it was.
All I
more-
know is the original stuff. So
Yeah, it was more along the lines of like The Office and all that kind of stuff in a sense.
really,
Yeah.
when was it made?
I want to say like early to mid 2000s. The aughts, not the aughts, the 2010s in that area. Well, we can find out the actual.
Kermit. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that there hasn't been more cultural jokes about the unhealthy relationship between these two. I mean, honestly, I mean, there's a whole lot of, I think, respect given to Jim Henson and the Muppets and all that, so people just kind of don't touch it. But she is just a horrifically terrifying character. You know, I mean, sweet, nice one moment, you know, husband beater the next, you know.
Originally aired from 2015, September 22nd, 2015 to March 1st, 2016. Only lasted one season, 16 episodes.
Gotta get this luxurious murder hair in there. Pearl necklace, I think, is not standard, but it's not uncommon, and I feel the need for some circles in here to kind of cut in.
Friends talking back and forth on other stuff. They're like, it's so quiet outside right now. And somebody was like, when you go outside, take a deep breath. The air is a bit cleaner. And they're like, yeah, just like leaving an anime convention.
Okay. Get over here. Miss Piggy, no! What I always love is, and you can't do this, you can't, but okay. The reason why this image exists and images like it of Miss Piggy doing karate and such is because she beats Kermit. Yeah. I mean, that's the joke, right?
Whoever else is in her path.
but you know, but usually Kermit. Yeah. So if you did a man doing that, that's what I'm just saying. If you had a man doing that, people be like, "Oh no, you can't do that." Blah blah blah. I'm like, well, I'm not up for anyone being beaten. Period. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if the joke is that way, is it even possible to invert that joke? And I don't think that it is. I don't think you could ever, get away with inverting that joke. Have like a dude in the outfit that he beats his wife in. You're just like, ugh, that's awful. I think that's why Miss Piggy just slays me. I'm like, she's like the only person that gets to do that. I mean, am I wrong? Is there another one known for that? I'm trying to think of one.
The overbearing wife female trope is.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm talking about one that just flat out decks her dude.
Like I said, that's part of the trope.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the like a lot of the old school cartoons where the old big woman and the scrawny kind of yes dear kind of guy, and pulling him by his ear or dragging him by his coat out the bar. The comic strip Andy Cap, his wife was like that.
Oh, I haven't seen any of that stuff in a long time.
And that's they loved each other, but he went to the bars for a reason. In a sense, and he would walk out with like black eyes from her hitting him with like the hit William hitting her hitting him, and she always had the rolling pin in her hand and all that stuff.
Oh. Yet works in comedy does not work in reality. But I was just like seeing if you could like invert things or whatever. I'm going like, I don't think that's a joke that you could ever invert. I don't think anyone will ever be like, oh, I'm cool with that, you know.
I think.
And that's just
There's,
that's
there's
not
one.
me trying to say it's okay. That's me just like trying to invert a joke, and I can't.
I'm trying to think. There has been times when that has been played. It's been played as the joke, just like with the original trope. It has been played. There's one. I remember.
I feel like in the
something.
old days though, isn't it? Because it was usually pretty kind of like oof back then.
Well, I've seen some like more modern stuff where it's not like the guy flat out just decked the girl, but it's more than along the lines of like him picking her up and like dumping her or something.
Oh,
Because-
that stuff I've
yeah,
seen.
put, like dumping her in the river or something like that. Stuff
Yeah.
that's
Usually like comedic violence,
Yeah.
not like strike like Miss Piggy does. She's just like, you know.
well, to me, I always thought she was comedic violence because she wouldn't punch, she would swing her arm. And do
Well,
a
yeah, she's a
high knee.
puppet though, but she's
Yeah.
striking somebody like in the head with her hands, you know.
Oh, it's the puppet swing.
No, I mean I got that, but I never, as a kid, interpreted it as anything other than her just flat out just decking them. I mean, that was me as a little kid, not really getting anything, which is fine. It's a joke, but I always just try to, you know, invert stuff to see kind of like if I can get new jokes or new ways of looking at stuff. And with this one, I just go like, man, I don't know if you could ever actually do that.
It's been done, just not the straight hit. It's just been more along with just like the. Well, no, I take that back. Not comedic wise, but in some movies there's like.
Yeah, seriously, it has been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's like
I'm talking comedic.
Well, like I said, it's been played. It's been played in sitcoms and stuff like that for that. The Airplane had like women getting decked all the time.
Okay, you know, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, stuff like that, Blazing Saddles, and yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But those are usually so irreverent, and like there's usually a lot more kind of like I don't want to use the word dangerous humor, but dangerous humor, where it's like people, you know, you don't want to show the kids kind of humor.
Depends on the kids. I love that.
Hmm?
Watch, so it depends on the kid. We watch that stuff all the time.
Well, you know, it does. I'm saying stereotypically. Now, she technically doesn't have a chin, but I think that she needs, like, that screwed up chewing gum chin. You know, where people just get all, like, scrunched up and they just look all funky and weird. There we go. Actually, I always kind of wanted to have like fighting games where they had like any character that you wanted to play, and I realize how impossible that is because you just can't do that. But there would just be a number of them where you know, because you're always going to get the guys playing like the angsty teen fighting characters and stuff, which is fine. But I always wanted to see like Miss Piggy take down like Goku. Yeah, because I think that's funny. You know?
There's the game engine Mugen that does that, where you can just pretty much design and put and dump characters in, and there you go. There's lots of quote unquote bootleg games and stuff that are out there that has stuff like that. It's just they're underground because you don't want to get in trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but I'm talking about not wanting to take 3 months of my life just to program a gag.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's out there. It's just it's there. That's what I'm saying.
I want to walk up to a magic machine,
You know what you're saying.
you know, be like, I want Miss Piggy, Popeye, let me think, a third good one to tag in would be,
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck would be good, but I'm talking like weird, like people be like, what? Like the Pillsbury Doughboy. You know, because I think it would be funny that when people hit him, he goes, you know.
His fighting style is similar to Kung Fu Panda's.
Pardon?
Funnily, his fighting style is similar to Kung Fu Panda's.
Actually, you might have something there. Wish I had started the sketch down lower. Oh well. Eric ain't perfect. Miss Piggy, rage monster. You can just hear the rage bacon sizzling. Sizzle, rage, bacon, sizzle. There we go, that's better. That was bugging me. Something that I learned from doing our Scrappy Doo one, a singular drunken tooth. Don't ask me how it's drunk or what that even means, but that just feels like the right way of describing it. So I'm just gonna stick one awkward tooth just right there. Just there we go. So after the 3 we had, did anyone else show up?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Kermit! I think that's good enough to go start darkening this stuff in. I just wanted to see her just freak out. On Sylvester Stallone. Can you imagine that? Her voice and with that old, you know, that. Get this puppy off of me. You know? Yeah. Oh, my shit. You know? Oh.
We got Josh coming in. Hey, Josh.
Hey, man, how's it going? We're doing Rage Bacon today.
AKA
Miss Piggy.
There you go.
We all know she's unstable. We all know she's unstable. We've seen her do it. She's abused her man because she's a crazy, jealous, violent person. I'm not judging, but there's a reason why we turn things like her into food. She's a horrible person. She's good at making fabulous hair and wearing pearl necklaces, but she's a horrific person. I'm just saying. Kermie! Kermie, you burnt the bacon again! But Piggy, that doesn't even make sense! Oh, sweet. Ooh. I got nothing. I got nothing. You just won. Oh, by the way, that's the chewing gum chin. If you were at home wondering. It is the kind of chin only created by profound amounts of sizzling rage bacon building up within this monster. I'm just thankful that I'm just as close as I can get, which is not very close at all, but
Once all this clears up, I'll probably get to do something.
she is a horror show of a woman. The thing is, I actually think she's legitimately funny, and I just kind of want. And again, I realize, Spumco wasn't, the had the greatest guy running it, but he was good at making messed up humor, and I kind of feel as if he would have made this really amazing version of Miss Piggy.
Dan, your buddy Dan popped in. He says, "I have such a dirty joke, but I'm not sure that I should tell it."
Instant message it to me. This is funny. It's not exactly like I'm going for all ages, but if anyone kind of shows up that just wants to hang out and doesn't want things to get too filthy, I don't want to chase them away. But definitely instant message me. I love these outrageously thick eyelashes that she has, primarily because it just sort of makes her look like a she's from a death metal band, like one of the Swedish ones that just screams, and the main guy is named like Rage Puke. Man, I kind of feel like making her like a death metal chick now. Look at that. Miss Piggy squeal. Kirby!
Apparently, the Traverse City Whiskey Company has switched over from making their whiskey to making hand sanitizer because of the alcohol.
No, don't drink it. Just put it on your hands. Years ago, when I worked downtown Traverse, I was at the Young's art store, had this guy come in, and we have all the oil painting supplies and blah blah blah, and I was like, what, 17, 18, I didn't quite get it, because he didn't seem drunk when he came in, but the longer I was talking to him, the quicker I was figuring it out. He came in, he was going like, I need alcohol, so he just had like a little bit of, so I was like, maybe he's got a speech impediment. Hey man, alcohol's over here. I'm in an art store selling, paint supplies. So I'm over there, and I'm like, all right, so we got this kind and this kind of alcohol and that kind of alcohol. And he's just looking at it confused, and he looks at me and goes, which one tastes the best? Click. Oh, you're drunk out of your mind, and you're in an art store thinking you're buying whiskey. If I was a psychopath, I could have scored a real quick point there. I literally was like, oh, dude, if you drink this stuff, you'll be dead in like 20 minutes. He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, you better go elsewhere, bud. I'm sorry.
All right, to balance out that story, when I was around like 19 or so, I would always drive past this building that said craft art supplies. And so I decided to go in there one day. I was like, oh, do you guys sell art supplies? Like, no, we're a craft beer store. And I'm like, well, why don't you say craft beer?
Yeah, that seems a little misleading. Like, I could see what they're doing there. But they should clearly define what they're doing there.
Holy crap, we got sunshine.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there, aren't we?
Yay. Well, we've now had 36 hours of spring.
Kermie! Oh, I'm so serious. I want to see her in a fighting game. And I want to see her coupled up with, I was going to say Popeye, but now that I'm thinking about it, her and Olive Oil would make a funny fighting pair in a fighting game. And I'm not talking the Olive Oil that doesn't fight. I'm talking the Olive Oil that does like the spaghetti arm whip around, just like she whoops people.
Yeah.
I love, and you couple her up with this bruiser. That's a pretty good fighting pair right there. And just imagine their voices together. Oh my! Goku goes down. Down, Goku, down. You've just been baconed.
Side note, I want to start an all-girl band that we play cover songs to old school cartoon, old 20s and 30s cartoons, and we dress in the appropriate style, and our name is going to be called Rubber Hose.
I think you might have something there. Though I have a feeling you're going to probably get a couple fans that you don't want. I'm just saying.
Hey man, they paid their cover charge.
Hey, they paid their $5. They did the thing. We got the thing from them. Alright. Let's see if I can do these lines in a minimal number of shots.
Jay Bear is watching. Hey, Jay.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's up, dude?
We're doing Miss Piggy the way we all know she really is. We're getting the rage bacon sizzling. And right now I'm fearing for Kermie, to be honest. But we all feel for that poor frog. Oh, rage bacon. How you still haunt my nightmares. Actually, I don't think she ever haunted my nightmares, but you can kind of imagine, can't you? In the middle of the night, you're just sitting there twisting and turning to this chunky brawler coming after you. Just saying. I'm just saying I can see it. I haven't had it. I'll admit to it if I've had it. I've had some stupid dreams. But that one I haven't had. But I can imagine it. My only regret, I didn't start lower on the page. My only regret. This feels good. There's nothing like doing stupid stuff on Saturday.
Best kind of Saturday.
It's the best kind of Saturday. Stupid stuff Saturdays. The best kind of cereals. Nighttime cereals.
Best kind of cereals.
Love that, man.
Sorry, old impersonation of what somebody was talking about Tracy Morgan.
It's a bad Tracy Morgan. I find him funny. I haven't seen enough of him, but what I have seen, I keep giggling. So.
Yeah. That was that actually Tracy Morgan? Somebody did an invitation.
I want to say that's
And I want to say that was with the podcast.
John DiMaggio.
Yes, the Talking
Yep.
Toons podcast.
Yes.
He was talking about, he was doing his Tracy Morgan, which is pretty funny.
This Tracy Morgan is amazing. The only if we lose Tracy Morgan,
Which he's doing well now.
is he? Is he
He's been doing, but he's actually been making appearances and stuff.
good? Because he got real messed up there, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he nearly died in that car accident. Yeah.
Well, that'd be real messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking it easy, but he's been like slowly coming back and doing limited appearances and stuff. So yeah.
This is so stupid. So stupid. feels good. It's like the only power tool I have. And I'm not blind to the satisfaction that men get from power tools. I just don't have the need for most of them. You're like, I'm like, oh, that feels good. Yeah, yeah, but it's not like, I use power tools for a living. I mean, I can't just go like, pull my pants up and go manly man moment. It's like, no, this is about all I got. So. Is that a 3/4 reticulating jig master? No. Exactly. Oh, Kermie. Get over here. Oh. Scariest bacon I've had this week. It's not bad. It's not a bad start. I was kind of hoping on getting a little bit more horrifying. For those at home, I'm looking at the screen over there that's on my... So I don't look like a total crazy person. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anywho, everyone have yourself good week.
Everyone stay happy. Do your best.
Don't take any wooden nickels. When was that ever a problem? I mean, I'm assuming it was a problem because it's a phrase. But you go like, what kind of an idiot takes a wooden nickel? Wait a minute, how much was a nickel worth to bother carving one out of wood? I've got questions. I also have a moment here trying to figure out the Tetris game that is my pencil box. There we go. Watch, it doesn't work. Oh, I didn't get a Tetris. Get on there! There we go. Now that almost worked. Well, everyone have yourself a good week. Again, 4 o'clock every Saturday, blah, blah, blah.
Not like we're doing anything else.
Not like we're doing anything else. And if y'all are bored, I got a YouTube channel on that Super Secret Project X on YouTube, and I've got like 80 or something of these things. And I agree, you'd have to be awfully bored. Or be really into, yours truly. Which I'm assuming is me. I never understood that phrase. Austin Powers always said it. I thought that was sweet. Anyways, you guys have yourself a good week. We will catch you later.